So first of all, we pulled a trick here. We made the AC 16 so that Fakii doesn't sleep after that meal. I'm joking. Fakii, your story is motto. Why even lie? You know, this is entrepreneurship. You like that's a story. That's the story of every entrepreneur. It's just that you are shooting a movie. But you're creating a product at the end of the day. A product that needs to bring about returns. Yeah. Like you've already started, you've already entered innovation in that product. There's no quitting halfway. Make it or make it. Yeah. In the words of Jimmy Gate, make it or make it.
Because again, remember, Kev has given me millions in terms of equipment.
Imagine now if you had to hire that equipment.
Yeah. So now I can't go back to him and tell him.
Did Kev give you a generator?
Yes. Okay, we had to fuel it, but you know the cost of that generator.
I do.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, okay, endelea.
So,
what some K
shows up on stage.
2 hard drives.
With 8 TB hard drives. Anatupatia hapo. Now, just so that you understand, because this is very important, because it carries along. My wife Betty and Lucas being my key partners in this. So, while me I'm hustling like this, Lucas is going to do sound and music, and he's also doing the data transfer every single day. Yeah. So Lucas is on set every single day. He's also liaising with director just to ensure that from the technical side, things are on point. So like when you know, like the way you have to change cards.
Yep.
So he's the one receiving the cards, making sure he transfers the content, sound and picture, puts them together, then gives out the cards for use. So he's on set every day, every single day. And now, unlike
he's one of those with those TB drives.
Yeah. So unlike me, who I can sneak in like 1 or 2 hours of sleep at night, he has to stay awake.
Okay.
And remember, he still has his own other music things that he's running. So it's a huge sacrifice he's making at that point. My wife is the one who's cooking, and she's the one who's serving. Let me tell you how bad it was. At that point, she's still running the home. But on one day, because of pressure, because we were shooting during the day, we both left the house, and then a neighbor called us. Said, your son has been at the parking lot.
Okay.
Kumbe now between us, we hadn't agreed on that day who's taking him to school. Like we were so
in it.
Yeah. We forgot to take this boy to school. So I can't remember who one of us turned back and took him to school.
Wow.
Imagine.
And then it's constant pressure.
Pressure. Let me tell you, we were
the neighbor must have thought, what the heck is wrong with this guy?
We were like, say on set, we were consuming so much bottled water. And God sent another angel in the form of a lady called Yvonne and her partner Koi. So they ran Aquadrop water, a water company. Let me tell you, imagine they used to supply us water every week for use. We used bottled water to the tune of 68,000 shillings. They never pressured us for money, as in we paid them months later when we got the money. That's the kind of support they gave us.
Hey, okay. Question. At this time, you're not managing Nyash during this?
No, I am.
You are?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I think even sometime at some point, I think we did a gig at some point, and I think
that laugh your ouch.
At that point, though at least it happened, we had started the negotiations at that point, but and I'm not so sure if I'm allowed to say the brand, but there's a brand ambassadorship deal that we were negotiating at that point with another company, and the negotiation went, I think it started before. Yeah, I think it started before we started doing the movie. Then it went on as we were doing the movie. So part of my plans for the day was sometimes I would have to go for one of those meetings. So I either go to the company itself or to the agency, because also I'm seeing my share of these chums can take care of a bill here, you know. So yeah, so I was still managing him at that point.
Okay.
So we went on until luckily we got to the last day of the film, and we finished. Third last day of the film, we were supposed to shoot in a house. The scene where, just almost at the start, where cops come into this home, and then they end up shooting the lady in the house, Mumbi. We were supposed to shoot that scene in some house in Kileleshwa. Now, for you to shoot in that house in Kileleshwa, or any other house for that matter, ideally, and I say this, yani I insist on this word, ideally, you'd pay for using of the house, hire of the house. Then you, of course, you have to talk to the neighbors about the noise, and you know, then you'll have to bring in the whole crew. So you have to set up things like toilets, you have to set up like tents where they'll chill, nini. So at that point, you know, this is the third last day, you're looking at the costs. I told my wife, you know what? Pia si pali tunaishi ni nyumba. So that scene is my house.
No, that's serious, man.
That scene is my house. Then I was like, you know what? Choo. Mtaweza kutumia choo kwa nyumba yetu. At the worst, there's the toilets downstairs, like especially for the men. There's the toilets downstairs that the caretaker and the guards use. Like you can use that, but if you really want like clean, we have toilets upstairs.
How many guys are coming to shoot? Like give an example. That
minimum was 60 in a day.
60 guys.
Yes.
Who came to your house?
Yes. So now hapo chini kwa compound, because there's some scenes that we shot hapo chini kwa compound. Then there's some scenes. Then now the scenes in the house. Guys? See the crew, the cast. Okay, so let me give you perspective. So while in my house, what you saw was the family, as well as the cops coming in. The crew inside the house were more than those numbers that you saw on screen. Then there's a part downstairs where we had just parked the van, and one of the scenes that we shot there was a time when there was commotion inside the van, and guys are like, oh, they're making noise, Nini, the prisoners, like they're just causing a ruckus, you know, just to get released or something. So that, in fact, one of my neighbors just describes it. They're like, yani, this is how movies are made. Because now it was the van was parked there, so it's supposed to be night. So now covered the sides, so that now you have the element of darkness. And then now there's guys now at this point, including myself, Lucas, tunaishake hivi. Alafu kuna mtu anapita na kalight hivi nje, anapita hivi na kalight, so inakaa ni kama, so because the van is supposed to be in motion, so this vile anapita na lights,
those are cars pass it. Those
are the lights for the, what are they called, the street lights.
Yes.
So tunapita street lights, so the guy anapita hivi na lights hivi, anarudi anapita hivi anarudi. So you see, like all those scenes were shooting there. Then even there's a scene for.
So what are your neighbors saying by the?
No, that time what I did was I spoke to my landlady, and I asked her for permission. Then she said yes, but in as part of my permission, I told her I would also speak to the neighbors. Then now, when speaking to the neighbors, it's not you're not asking them for permission because you don't want to open that
the window
for someone
no.
to say no. So I'm telling them, we've chosen a weekday when kids are in school. Most of you are at work. This was pre-COVID, so like everyone was going to work. And then we'll be quiet. There'll be minimal interruption. And as much as we have quite a number of people coming in, we'll be able to contain them. And in fact, luckily, as part of our set, we have 4 armed police officers. So everything is set. And then now, of course, you finish by saying, I've also gotten permission from my landlady. So everyone was like, let us know when the movie is out.
Did you ever have one of those useless games like, no?
No.
Oh,
We didn't. Yeah. So, so we had all those people. There's even the scene.
Make it.
There's even the scene where there's a girl who's there's a girl. Is it a girl or a boy? I'm forgetting. Who's kidnapped while walking with a maid outside. So that was done right outside our court in Kilimani. So, and I'll tell you why it's important that we shot in my house. I'll tell you why it's important. Like for real, it's important. So then we shot the last 2 days. We finished.
Cast and crew, after 17 long days of 40 sticks.
Safe!
4:12 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap!
Yeah, it's a wrap!
Tulianza na maombi before Mdosi atuongeleshe na closing words. Atatuongelesha, then one of us will volunteer in a word of prayer. Then atatuambia, sijui kama anatupeleka Jojen, but we'll leave it up to him. Ladies and gentlemen, executive producer Fakii Liwali.
Can you remember the feeling when you heard the words, it's a wrap?
Yes, I remember. And let me tell you why I remember. Because just some moments before that, I was seated with Faith, our production manager, and I was writing checks to people, the cast especially. I was writing checks to them and some of the crew. I was writing checks to them. But as I'm writing checks to them, I've told Faith, I can't date these checks today or tomorrow because I don't have these tunes. So I have to date them. I think it was either a week or 2 weeks from now. Then I told Faith, it's okay, I'll have the conversations with everyone and just tell them the tunes you'll get by the date on the check. But while I'm saying that with confidence because ile 4M na 2M ndio nangojea zikam. But si niko na experience ya 5M kutotokea. So I know that 4M and 2M might not. But I'm hopeful. So naandika check nikijua 4M na 2M. At the worst nitakuwa nimecollect one of them or something, or half the total amount. So I write the checks. But at that point, when Kama is saying it's a wrap and Gabantu is there recording that footage, I'm smiling, but I'm like, shit. Kama ni kushikwa, nimeshikwa sasa. Hii ndio point nimeshikwa because you don't have money. But, and in a, sorry to say, selfish way, I'm like, at least we have a product.
Yeah, no, for real, I get
at
it.
At least we have a product. Now,
so and there's some guys who, you may not have mentioned it, but let me just ask. There's some guys who've lent you money.
Yeah.
Wamekupatia do.
Yeah.
Umeniambia 1 month, hakuna shida. Nilipia in 1 month.
Yeah.
Have you gotten that?
No, not yet.
Or this time no one has lent you money?
No. I've been lent money by people, but I haven't gotten money yet to pay them.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you're right when you say that.
Yeah. Because before what the story may, I wanted just to make it clear that the story is not just guys are just giving you money.
It wasn't just
giving and loaning and lending
yes,
you. Yeah.
Yes. So we finish. And everyone is excited. So even just that excitement, even by the time I'm giving them their checks, everyone is easy, like, yeah, it's fine. Wait. 1 week later, I'm that guy writing an email to everyone telling them, hey guys, hizo check msibank. Juu mkibank zita bounce. Juu sina do. Because the guy of 4M amesema sasa nianze kumprovia ROI.